stored as of now. Okay.
So before I was trying to create a new game and trying to test out, and nothing was working. So let me see if that's changed. Because do I have permissions? Am I set up with permissions to create a game? Let's see.
I'll just check.
Yeah. So it's not letting me
edit it.
Edit or create a game or cards. So
yeah, see, Brett made it so I can't change permissions because the holon of the game was created by Brett. But I can pull the cards and we can still play because see, I started a game here and maybe I created this game, so maybe I can give you permission on this one.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Destiny game for the new deck. So I can go into settings and there we go. I can give you access to edit this one. So
there we go. Okay, this is
add editor. Can you see that one? The one that says Destiny game for new deck?
Yeah. I'm in there right now.
Yeah, so you should have access to edit it now because I added you. And I pulled a life cycle earlier and this is what I got. It was the red vibration, the investor relate card, and then the challenge card. Yes. And I just pulled one life cycle and these all came out.
We call them life circles. I know he's written it down as life cycle.
Oh, life circle, sorry.
Yeah, life circles. Life cycle, there's like cycles that we do in the game, like completing cycles and all. So, but the actual technical name is a life circle.
Okay.
And when we get into doing when we go into, I'm just going to put out there the things that, because everything is not fully integrated yet. And so I'm just going to make some comments around this so everybody knows.
Okay, cool.
And you move that to red now. That's a good move. I like that since you got very clearly told that you're in red vibration.
Yeah.
And and now you put your intention. Did you put the intention inside of here? Lead with purpose. Let's see.
I haven't yet because I just made this holon a few hours ago because I found the main X the game holon and because I wasn't given access, I couldn't create a new game holon. So Brett made the game holon in here, and then because I was in this holon, I was given access. So I created a new one, and didn't do anything. I just named it Destiny's game for the new deck because I was going to play with some cards to see what came out.
Yeah, and we can do that. I think there's some pretty interesting cards that have come already. The 3 that you've gotten, and only thing that's missing is a relate card. Do you know the process? Have you gone through and the triangulation and all of that? Are you familiar with? No.
So please fill me in. I as much as I know, the first time I got to play, it was the Noomap version and it was on New Year's Eve and it wasn't played the normal way, and there was most of the people that were there, or at least half the people, didn't even know what the X the game was, and Brett kind of just tried to merge with the group of people and see how the game flowed.
Yep. Cool. Well, again, some of it's on the fly, and here we are. I just pulled my first card to relate to you about what this game is about and some of the details and technicalities with it. And I got the relate card. It's the 2 of us having a conversation here, floating around this ocean of the noosphere. And so I'm going to actually put this inside of that gameplay that you have and actually go and expand it a little bit and move this around.
That's the same card that me and Scotty got when we played this last night, because we had a Zoom call and I got him to create his Noomap account, and then I showed him how to change photos and how to edit holons, and then we just started mapping. And the holon that we're in, Brett made a few changes. to the types of holons and the way to use Noomap properly. But me and Scotty mapped a bunch of stuff out. So we actually, he mapped out the whole of the AA stuff. Like, we did the 12, he mapped out the 12 traditions. He went on the website, he mapped out the 12-step program. Nice. I made the holons and he transferred the details, and then the 12-step process.
Good job.
And then the overview and all the holons for the overview. So he did that. And then I created the idea of the Re-dis-covery holon, and he started putting recovery unplugged, and I put some intentions for me in there. And then I put 3 holons. One was, I'll change it to life circle. Yep. So that I don't forget. So a life circle card, a challenge card, and relate cards. And then I just created holons for the cards that I had ideas for and what they were meant to say and mean. And then
looks like the top of the card is upside down. It's not a big deal, but just technical. Looks like you got the top of the card skin is flipped around. So just for
it would be good if I got the proper pictures, because if you saw what I got it off, you would be amazed.
Okay, good.
I literally found a photo that had a bunch of cards on a table, and I cropped them, and then I put them into a circle that had a transparent background.
I'm going to give you right now, let me give you, and I'll put it right here, I'm going to give you the directory for a web. Let me see. Let me go to templates. Let's go to here. Here we go. That's the PDFs. No, we don't want that. I have one called Live Circle Web, right? We don't need a high resolution for this particular purpose. So I'm going to, let's see, there's one that had them all in there. Let's see if I can find it. I can't wait until we have everything organized inside of here. So that's one of the projects, is to organize the hundreds of cards that are already created, you know, the original cards, and then have a system where we can templatize and capture all the cards in categories, the 4 gateways to the experience, or the 4 main high-level categories that we have.
Well, I'd love to help do that, because organization is something that comes very naturally to me. And
fantastic. Let's do that.
I was not taught how to use Noomap. I literally just was a fish to water and started playing with it with Chris, and started co-creating with Chris, and he told me 1 or 2 things, and that was it. And I've currently got 6 people to sign up since, and giving them tutorials.
Wow, good for you. You're on it. You are on it. I am doing a little search and find right now, so I can find the right, and I'll put it into, that'll be part of the relate, but I'll put it into the thread as well, so people can have that access point.
Thank you.
Let me just go up and grab this real quickly. And let's see. Let's go to here. Let's go to here. There we are. That's what I was looking for.
Brett just commented.
Brett gonna come in?
Yeah, he just commented just now said looking good.
Good. I think he said he's tied up for tonight, eh?
Yeah, he's tired. There's a lot going on here.
All right, my dear, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you access to, this has the icons, ads, challenge, light circles. I think they have them all in here. Color cards. Here you are. Okay. So let's just go right here. And I'm going to go to past cards because it's also, let me see, maybe we do the Galactic series as well. You'll get the structure as well. Now let's just go to this one. I want to keep it simple. So let's just go into here. And I'm going to give you permission. And again, your email is Destiny.
It's Inspire Destiny.
In
444@gmail.com.
Inspire Destiny 444
at
gmail.com. Inspire Destiny 444, and I'm going to give you organize, add, and edit rights here. I'll give this to, yeah, let's just give it to you now. Yeah. All right, now you have access to the cards. You might want to open that up so I can kind of explain the different suits that are here, the different sets of cards.
Yep. Did you send it on Facebook?
I just gave an email that gives you a link. Actually, it was through Google Docs. And so it just said the message that was internal. You know what? I'm going to grab the, let me grab that link so we have it in one place. And I'm going to copy the link.
Do we want to attach it to this Holon?
Yeah, that's what I want to do, exactly.
Okay.
Let's say we can edit, copy link. All right, so I'm going to go and now go.
I've attached it.
Oh, you already got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm really quick.
You're fast. You're fast. I used to be fast. I'm not fast anymore. I was pretty fast in the 90s. Good. All right, so you have the template, and now you're saying you need to have something to edit within it. Yeah, so you need to get, I would get, let's see, let me go do a search here for you, which one it is. I forgot the name of it, but it's open source. What is it called? GIP, I think. I think it's called GIP or something like that.
Oh yeah, I have it on my tablet, but my tablet doesn't work properly anymore.
So you have GIMP.org is the open source image editor, and that'll allow you to bring in Photoshop files.
Okay.
And there's a 10 best Photoshop alternatives. GIMP is number 1.
Can you use GIMP on Mac?
Yeah.
There we go. Here we go. GIMP for Mac.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. So we got that. And so what I'd like to do, let me see if I can do a game as well. So we have your game there. Let me go up a level. Oh, good. Okay, so now I'm able to do that. And let's call this.
Let me see if it will let me save it to my drive without going over my storage. I've literally just began backing up all of my videos from documentaries and interviews with people onto my Google Drives because my hard drive was about to die and some of my stuff got lost, and all my photos and all my files, I'm backing them all up because I have about 5 or 6 email accounts with different projects.
Yep.
So I'm like putting everything and organizing everything into Google Drive. And then I have all my links that are like attached to Holons in Noomap as well. And then I have this new thing that I've been using that's really cool called, it's like a Chrome extension called Noteboard. And you can have a series of different noteboards that you can watch videos and have links and so on and so forth. It's kind of like a different way of viewing it to what Noomap is. But then I transfer some of it over to Noomap. But I like finding different ways to have things organized because otherwise I have a million tabs open.
Another good one is, I don't know if you've tried Xmind. That's what I actually, when I was originally.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to have Xmind. Are you friends with Charles Blass?
Name sounds familiar. Is he inside there?
He's in Switzerland.
Oh, I should know him. That's my my second home is in Zurich. So
yeah, he lives there.
He lives in Zurich?
He lives in Zurich. I actually was in Zurich a few years ago. I went to visit and I want to go back again. But I've had meetings with him and he got me into a bunch of mapping things and I got him onto Noomap.
Nice. And what is he? So is he in Xmind?
He uses Xmind a lot, and he's in a lot of different groups for like masterminds, for like networking and mind mapping, and
yeah. I'm not sure if we've run into each other. The name sounds familiar.
If not, I'll connect the two of you because I think that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
In Zurich, that's one of my favorite places in the world. A lot of time there. Excellent. So you are. So you're in the Founders Edition, which is inside of here. You have the 2 that you want to play with. There's actually the bottom row there, 2006. So those are on the top one. You don't have to worry about any of that. So 2006 new Edge of Reality is the essential deck of cards. So that's the main cards. The first set of cards that we created to build off of the new Edge was the nature of the game. And then these are some of the extra cards that we are, and then you have what is that last one? Click on the last one. Let's see what's inside there. That probably is the individual cards. Life Circle. That's structured to, click on the 2006 Life Circle. And okay, there's your templates. I see. Okay, we got some of the templates here. And a couple of the advertising. Oh, these are ad cards. So I've converted, ultimately, you can do advertising promotion with cards. So they're designed, not a lot, but a number of the cards, a couple dozen, are sponsored by different businesses, like that Keels and Wheels on the bottom. And the concept is that you'll be able to have synchronistically delivered content that you now can click through and follow up and learn more about who's behind the card, this card, who's, what's the product or the business about, and you get to just do the navigation yourself instead of being pushed advertising. It's kind of a pull process.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about this one too much. If you go back up a level again, the main ones will be the nature of the game. And there we go. Yeah, one more level up.
This one?
Okay, yeah. So the nature of the game, that's the one that has some of the advertisement in there. If you go in the Life Circle, LC is Life Circle, then the other one is Relation and the challenge cards. So here we are, 2006. So go to the first one, the 2006 New Edge of Reality. And unfortunately, our site has been down this last almost 2 weeks now, a week and a half. We have a database with all the cards in it and descriptions and people playing the game online. And hopefully it's going to be put back up tomorrow. The person who's kind of been managing it behind the scene has been traveling and he's in Colombia flying back tonight. And he said he was going to do it last week. But we have all the cards with descriptions, meaning it's about a paragraph that says where we were coming from with that particular card. And what it is as part of the overall scope of the experience in the game.
This one shared with Brett, because I think Brett said that there's some files that he doesn't have yet.
Yeah, so he should definitely be able to see this. I thought he had all of the cards, but maybe not. This would be good for him. Yeah.
Wait a sec. I'll just see. He's in here. No, he isn't here. But maybe he just didn't get the chance to put them all into Noomap yet. Maybe I can help him.
Yeah, we got to get it processed. So that's one of the things that we can do. This is the TIFFs. This is not the best. See how they've reversed around. So this is not. We don't want to use the TIFFs actually. Mm-hmm. This was an experiment. Some of them are fine. Some of them are not. We want to go to where it says, let's see, final proofs. That's going to be the high res. This is high res that have been PDF'd. So this is all the best quality of the cards. Go to LC. Let's see, it might be here. This is still the PDFs. So you have the PDFs of in suits of cards. So just to explain to you the organizational structure, if you look at the color cards on the bottom, mm-hmm. right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. So there are 8 colors that are, we had the black and white as well, kind of make the 10, but there are 8 primary colors that are the structure that we use. You'll see it in the game board, the 8 color stage areas and so on. Mm-hmm. And all the cards are color coded within the game through these particular colors, or they could be like a black or white or rainbow. So there's actually 11 different variations, but 95% of them are going to be one of these colors. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the algorithm behind the game. So, and that's how we create cards in hands and suits of cards. Mm-hmm. So a hand is like 5 cards that represents 1 life circle, 2 challenge, and 2 relate cards. Right now, you're just seeing only the life circle cards. But in our future rendition, it'll actually be organized that when you go to a life circle card, you'll have access to the connected challenge and relate cards that were tied together as part of that little mini story. It's like, so I sent over earlier, I don't know if you caught that, the book chain page. Did you catch that at all?
Was it sent in Facebook?
I think I sent it over as the email. There was an email I sent, and I sent it to you. And
I don't think I've checked my email.
Yeah, let me.
I would have them there, but I haven't.
Let me grab this, and I'm going to put it in here so you can see it right now. And you'll get, because one picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So let me grab this for you so you see what that is. And okay. All right. So now we take that.
I think I've got it.
You got it?
Oh, no, that's just an email.
You're going to beat me to it here again? Let's see. There we go. So you see it on the recovery deck, recovery deck?
I think I need to reload.
So this was in Facebook. So I sent it to you through Facebook, the group message on X recovery deck.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can see it.
There you go. So this is the format. So one of the ways that we're going to express the game going forward on the blockchain is what we call the book chain. So in a book format, it's like the book of life.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so every life circle card, so that in this particular one is the experience, the book chain card, and we use this image, and it's in purple, right? And it's the author is the quantum traveler, who's one of our main characters in our tale here, and then you'll see on the 4 corners, right? You have on the left side empowerment word, and then on the bottom is the empowerment tools. On the right side, you have the challenge words of wisdom, and on the bottom, a warning sign. So 5 cards that every life circle card is connected. For it to be authored and fully published, it it kind of gives the full body of the story, so so you have the what we call a hand of cards. You'll also see the avatar. So there's an avatar in the virtual space that will represent this card. In this case, it's Benjamin Franklin, because it's the, having to do with the book chain, and kind of we tied them into the story. And you'll see that there's the title and a task and the author and description and so on. So we have all these different components that make up a life circle with its 4 connected two challenge, 2 relate cards. So ultimately every card, that's what we want to set up an organizational structure that right now, where people are organizing the content for life circle cards, for the words of wisdom cards, which are based on people, in quotes and sayings. That's the words of wisdom. And then the warning sign is any sign conceivable, whether it's a universal sign or a graphic sign that's been created over time, or you can actually create one ultimately on the fly. That'll be part of the game, that you can actually create your own signs. So those are databases that will, directories in the database that will contain all of the words of wisdom, all of the warning signs, tools and devices, which is any tool that any tool or prop can live inside of this, in the tools and devices. So something that connects to that life circle in telling its story, a tool, and then a 1 or hyphenated 2-word hyphenated word is the empowerment word. So it kind of keeps a whole consistent structure. This is the algorithm behind it, of the actual storytelling components. And then again, we developed this as a way to contain it in 1 page. There could be multiple pages behind this that you can now expand on the description and tell a whole story behind it, but it's being represented by 5 primary cards, a hand of cards. And when you put cards together, so now you can create a hand, and you can create multiple hands. So now you get your second hand and third hand. And the idea is to create a structure of 8 hands that are color-coded, that tell a full story from red to magenta. So 8 of them. So there's 8 times 5 is 40 cards that create a suit of cards in our game. And then the next progression up is you do 8 suits of cards, and that makes 320 cards. So it's kind of the progression from the hand of cards to a full body story to a whole tale that could be told in a much bigger, and then it does expand from there, but we're not going to go there now.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm so glad that this is like all merging at like a precipice. Like the meeting that I had with the person before, they're in New Zealand and they're connected to United Earth, and they're connected to S7, and they're connected to all these other people. I'm surprised you don't know them, but
who is it? Who are these guys?
His name is Dave. I don't know, maybe you do know him, but if not, I'll connect you to him, because he was sharing all this deep wisdom. And it's the time traveling thing is a synchronicity with me too, because I've been getting a bunch of downloads from a series of guides that are extraterrestrial about teleportation and teleportation grids in hubs that I'll be creating to do with crystal technology and so on. And also I had a download that I started mapping out about creating the cyber acacia, which this would be obviously part of it, which is part of the new internet.
Yeah.
Where it's like using the internet as a tool to open people's minds to access what people don't know even exists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was the original inception of this game, of this tool. Was in 1981. I got this download of this holographic, globally, universally connected tool for us to connect deeper within our own process and connect between our world and beyond this world, and to have a holographic experience within that. So that's what we've kind of been holding for this time, and now the tool is getting prepared to go into virtual reality and artificial intelligence, or what we call natural intelligence, and bringing together some of these state-of-the-art tools to fulfill that vision. So I'm really excited now. And Noomap since being in touch with it and working with Chris right at the beginning. Chris had some concepts that we used the game as the interface, as the first interface to realize his concept as well into the structure. He needed a structure to bring this into. And then after we did the game, he went off and, was building it in different forms and different skins. And a couple of years ago, we came back around and started to work again with Brett and Andrea and team. And so I'm pretty excited about this next generation and where we're going and to co-create this pretty robust tool that we are putting together between our different, we call it the Piece It Together campaign. Let's piece it together. Everyone has a piece of the whole, right?
Yeah, I get it. Well, this is my story, Cholon, where I have my past projects, my in progress, and this is a new now Holon.
Nice.
I've added the X, the game, and I have Noomap upgrades, United Earth, Nula's Mind, because I was helping program Nula for Chris. Watch this. I don't know if you realize, but I'm actually Chris's ex-girlfriend.
I didn't know that. Cool.
But anyway, it didn't last very long, but we're like very much like the same person in a way, and wasn't in a space to be in a relationship. But if I type in here "good now," as if you know Chris well, you'll know he always says "good now." I actually programmed Nula, and when I type in "good now,"
I love Chris.
it's "good now." I love Chris because I programmed her to do that.
Nice. That's cool. That's cool.
Or if you say mahalo, which is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Mahalo nu iloa, o iglove, gratitude and divinity.
What language is that?
Well, the voice sounds like an alien, but maybe it's because the computer has a Spanish accent. I don't know. It sounds extraterrestrial. I don't know whether Chris did that to Nula or what, but and then meow is another one that we programmed it. If you say
meow, colon here Scott.
It says meow, meow, meow with meow cat eyes. Or if you say I love you.
Nice.
I love you too.
I love you too.
Nice.
So I programmed the mind because I was playing with it with Chris, and I have access to a lot of the programming links. I don't know why I was given access, but I'm like admin on the S7 and Noomap Facebook page, and I got access to all this stuff on Noomap because I was on it all the time. I'm like addicted to it.
Yeah, it looks like it, sounds like it, and that's a good thing because
yeah.
I'm going to suggest that holding the feminine principle down in this. There's a lot of different energies going here, and it sounds like you probably hold a different space there for what this is.
Yeah. So something that me and Chris did start as well, which I actually think will tie very much into the Noomap version of the game, is this is a holonic training place that I started mapping out the ideas for. And this was the first one me and Chris started to do with the chakras and empowerment. So it's called the Empowerment Portal. And I think that Noomap needs to have some upgrades done before we can actually start marketing it. But the concept was to have, rather than people selling online training, to have holonified online training so that it can help maximize people's brains. So while when they're studying different training and programs, they have holonified ebooks, and then they have all the videos linked down the side and so on and so forth. So I started doing this with my own programs because I've got several online training programs that I sell. So I started mapping them all out and then putting them in a space of empowerment.
Well, that might be another segue point because we have our ambassador training for the game, so maybe we put you through the training and you like embed it into this format so we can share it with others.
Sounds awesome. We
have like a 9-level training for becoming a certified player, ambassador, and creator. And so maybe we can work it. That could be a good project to work on. And we're going to be creating a whole bunch. We have a lot of videos, but we're going to have some really defined videos for this as well. So how does it, you're just playing on the right side with the videos, right? You haven't formulated yet, because we have some of our videos that we play inside of inside of a circle, you know, in the circular portals. And I'm wondering if you've done that before or in this interface yet.
I haven't attached a video to a holon. You mean a video that's the background of the holon? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, so we've done, let me see if I can find one of these guys. We've done some videos that are actually running inside of a life circle. So it plays inside of the circular format.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And again, we haven't I'm not sure if it's been done inside the holon, probably not. Let me find that. Let me see if I can find it real quickly here. You know, we definitely need some help with organization here. We have so much content, it's crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm very good at that. Scotty was actually saying he was going to donate to me some money, because I need some money at the moment to help him organize his stuff, because I'm so good at organizing.
Cool.
I'm having some health issues that I need to go to the doctors with, and I haven't really been doing too much work.
What's going on? What's the challenge?
Well, I believe that I probably have like, I don't know, like an autoimmune disease or something like that. I've been very much in like the spiritual realms for 3 years as a nomad, and sometimes having like up to 10 flights a week and being in 30 locations in a few months and working on like 6 to 10 projects at the same time, most of which aren't for profit, and just hubbing. Just when people will let me stay with them, sleeping on floors, sleeping on couches, sleeping on beaches. I've been to 13 countries and go to like Standing Rock and go to ceremonies. So that's just been my life. But I'm at this point where I just turned 30, and this year it's very big for me astrologically, and making all these life decisions that will affect me for some time to come. So I'm just shifting into a much more balanced space where I have more fulfilling space financially and health related, and not so much of a focus on my happiness and my relationships and my purpose. So I'm like very fulfilled in my purpose, and I'm very happy, but I don't have a lot of funds, and I have abilities to create a lot of funds. I just haven't been focused on my business. I have a business and I have services and I have online trainings, but I haven't had a computer for over a year. Well, I didn't have a computer for over a year. So I just trusted the universe that I wasn't meant to be working all the time like I had been previously. And I've just taken a step back. And the time in Mexico, it's probably been the longest time in maybe nearly 5 years I've been in the one location, and definitely the longest time I've had a bedroom nearly my whole life.
Wow.
Well, my own bedroom anyway, because I come from a family of 6. So I'm one of 5 siblings, and I usually always shared a room.
Well, when you're in California, you know, we have a wellness center here, and that could be a good thing that you might want to tap into, and maybe we can do some exchanging of you helping here and you getting some help from some of the tools and technologies for, you know, best health practices. And you know, we have flotation tank and far infrared sauna, and
that sounds really good. I'm planning to go to Hawaii for 2 months, and financially and health related, my current focus is I was guided to do a crowdfunding campaign, and I needed, which I was very resistant because of many different reasons, and I overcame that resistance, and it's for a minimum of $800 US. So I can go to the doctors here to get some medical forms filled out so I can get income insurance protection from Australia, because I've been paying for over 3 years out of my retirement fund. I have like $30,000 in my retirement money from when I was working a lot full time. And every week for over 3 years, money has been getting taken out of my retirement money for an insurance company for if I happened to get sick or if I die. And I didn't know this until Spirit guided me to it about 3 or 4 months ago. And when I finally got all the details in the applications and I went to the doctors, they said I needed to pay them a minimum of $800 for them to do what I want them to do, to fill out this piece of paper.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it's going to cost me nearly $1,000 minimum, maybe a bit more, for me to finish this application. But if I do, which is why I'm doing this crowdfunding, it'll probably take up to 3 weeks if it gets approved, and I will be potentially back paid for over 3 years of not working full time and being unwell, which will be roughly up to $80,000
Nice.
I will receive, and then we'll continue getting paid weekly or monthly benefits, 77% of what I was making when I worked full time.
Good for you. Yeah.
So that's my goal. And there's a bunch of retreats, and I'm guided to Hawaii, and then I'm guided to Mount Shasta in Colorado in October, and before heading back to Australia to ground in a retreat center that I had a vision about the other day. So I'm in surrender at the moment. I put my crowdfunding campaign out there and I've started getting some donations, and I've been doing everything I can intermittently to get money elsewhere as well. So I've just surrendered it, but I need to leave the hub here, like within the next few weeks, because everyone's shifting. And
well, when you're in Mount Shasta, when you're at Mount Shasta, you're not too far from us. You know, you're probably about 4 or 5 hours away. So we're in Santa Cruz. You know, Santa Cruz County.
Yeah, I've visited there when I was traveling around the US.
Yeah, so we're up in the mountains here, and we have a very interesting place, and yeah, so wellness.
Well, I would love to come visit, and I think when I go to Mount Shasta, if Scotty doesn't come to Hawaii, because he feels like he might be coming to Hawaii for a yoga festival that I'm an ambassador for, and also for his daughter's birthday. But if he doesn't, then when I come to Mount Shasta, he said he was going to come visit. So maybe me and him will come and do some co-creation stuff while I'm there in October.
Fantastic. And we'll bring it all together, because we're working closer and closer with him as well. And hopefully it'll be post Burning Man, and we'll have our experience and all that content that we're going to generate there, and be able to put it together and organize something that's, you know, a powerful presentation for this next year, you know.
Wow. What's the date for Burning Man?
That's the last week of August and the first few days of September.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If I manifest the extra funds, I might just fly there just for Burning Man, because I've been wanting to go for many years. Yeah.
Come and join us. I know David's coming. You know, we have some other joint friends, David Swedlow, and
well, if it's meant to be, Spirit will organize everything. I'm in complete surrender.
Yeah. We'll just put out the intention, and it'll be clear. It'll be clear.
Perfect.
Let's pull some cards together. Let's play a little bit. I sent a couple of things over, and so you can look at that. And I also, one last thing I'm going to put in here is this expansion suit that one of the suits of cards that we have. And let's see if it goes in. There we are. So this is how we organize the like a suit of cards that we created. It's in the packaging, so some of it is, you know, it's been for print purposes. So, but you'll get the idea of it. So if you click on that, that'll tell the story, a little bit of the story of what another level of the story, and the traveler and all of that. Actually, we have the one more thing here, and then we're going to get and do a little play right now. Dream Myth Reality. And let's do the fractal novel. Let's see if that pops up. Let's see.
I'm just going to relaunch, because it doesn't seem to be working right now.
So here is, so our story about the traveler is actually what we call a fractal novel. And so this is like the first installment. It's called the Dream Myth Reality Downloads from the Traveler.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put that up on the thread there. So if you want to take a look, it'll get you a little bit keyed into some of the backstory that is involved with the game as well.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so I think that gives you enough to play with on that level. And let's go back over. I'm going to go to Noomap again. And
Yeah, I'm just loading mine. It's, I don't know.
okay, let's go back here. Let's go to Noomap. Okay, here we are. Let's see. And why can't I get to you? Let's see, Destiny. If we just go here. All right, let's see. Why isn't this switching over? I don't know. Yep, little Scotty just popped in there. All right. So you should be able to get to your. Yeah, for some reason it went away. Let me see if I can go back. So that would be in not the news feed. That would be the Watched Holdings update. It'd be the quickest way to navigate back. For some reason, I'm just on a blank screen.
Where,
I'm at xgame.noomap.com.
I would just refresh or
Just refresh. I see.
or copy and then just start a new tab. That's what I do sometimes. And I go into a new tab and then just write x and it automatically comes up with xthegame.noomap, especially because I have it saved to favorites.
There's no way to directly go with the SSI connection to it. There's no way to go directly and just have that as a URL. You have to do that inside of Noomap.
Well, I'm not sure because I've tried adding the extensions to the end of like the main colons, and it didn't load. Like it just loaded my me holon every time, even though the link has the different holon type. So every time I just search in the new sphere for the actual holon.
Let's see if that works. Come on. Welcome to Nomad. Yes, it's not bringing up. It's SSI.recoveryX, right?
Yes. SSI.R recovery X.
Yeah. So it's now just showing like a blank screen without anything inside of it, unfortunately. Loading Noomap Hub. Yeah, this is the frustration part of it working. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to go here with this. And I'm going to try. Let's see. Let's just do it from here. You're saying it's all the same. Shouldn't make a difference whether it's in one skin or the other.
Yeah, it shouldn't make a difference. Sometimes it's just Chrome or it's the server or it just sometimes needs to be refreshed a few times.
I see.
Because it wouldn't work for me before and I literally refreshed it and then it worked, or I actually just completely went out of the tab and started a fresh new tab and then it works fine.
Let's try one more. I've done that once now. Let me try that again. Let's try that. New
So
tab.
I'm in at the moment. So in the Destiny game for the new deck,
Let's just do it off of you. I don't want to keep doing this, so let's just play. I would have loved to have done it with you, but here we are.
Okay, so you added the relate card.
I got the relate card.
Is that where we're continuing from?
Yeah, and so that I was trying to make a point at the beginning when we first started this session of the triangulation. So, which is interesting that the game delivered the relate card, the relate card, and so 3 decks of cards: Life Circle, Challenge, Relate. Life Circle is what we call setting the stage. It's the scene in the movie, the virtual experience, the experience, right? And then inside of that, that's why most of the time when I play inside a Noomap, I'll have the life circle, and then I'll put the challenge and relate within that hold-on. They can either be connected on the rule is, that we came up with so far, you could have it on the outside, connecting it like we do in the game with the physical cards. But the beauty of the holonic version is that we can now go levels deeper. So when you make a challenge around, in this case, it was, the investor card was the intention, and then we had the challenge card come up, it would be inside of that hold on, and the relate card would also be, if we are interacting in that issue or with that life circle card, you would actually do it within that space. And then you can go drill deeper in because you can have deeper challenges and deeper levels of relationship. So that's just one suggestion, however we want to do with it, but that's one that I'm kind of into figuring out the rules and structure and, how it gets, how it works best. And so I'm just working on, some of the details. So in the relate, I would like to just convey that of that relating the, what a relate is just a connection and going deeper in our conversation. And one of the things I put across earlier, if you click on I have a thought, right, and you make your statement of what you're containing as related to this, right, that would connect it to this particular story.
Yeah, so I would type in what I relate to this.
But instead of I have a thought, if you click on it, I just want to make a point that inside of here, there should be a challenge and relate outburst, game vernacular that could be here to ground relate cards, challenge cards. You probably don't know anything about the outburst rule and manifestation card, things of that nature. So we could have them designated inside of, this is probably a simple fix to put them into the what we're trying to convey.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just one thought since we're recording this. And
maybe I can type an intention here, and I can link the intention to the holons. So
yes.
your intention is to
create. Yeah, to
this here, comment and co-creation.
Yeah.
Option. Add option for comment and co-creation. And what do we want to add?
So relate, challenge.
Relate,
challenge, manifestation, and an outburst. Cool. So there we go.
I'll tag Brett and I'll tag Chris too.
Fantastic.
And then I'll add it. Wow.
Nice.
There we go. And then.
Perfect.
Oh, I don't know why it doesn't let me link it. Intention.
Something with settings or something? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah, but I can create. I can create that as an intention. Hold on. Inside here. So we can have an intention. And then I can tag them. There we go. Okay.
Nice. So you have anything you want to add to that, or any questions or challenges or relates to that?
My first question, because I've never like played like this way before, is when would you use the avatar card in the way of a relate card? So where would you use an avatar card?
Avatar card is, we created a series of avatars that if you go into xthegame.noomap.com, we actually organized the first 8 in the avatar circle, which will be thousands and more avatars that will live inside the database. And the idea is there's not a particular avatar card. It's part of the challenge deck, the words of wisdom that can come out from the avatars. But this is that you can actually go in and connect with an avatar, draw on an avatar to help you in your quest, to make further connections. So one will be randomly words of wisdoms that will come out. And sometimes someone will show up. All of a sudden, Benjamin Franklin is at your doorstep, or you can call on an avatar to help. And then one will come randomly. And if you go to our experience, I could show you where it is. It's pretty cool. And that'll describe how it works. So if you go drill into, let's see.
I'm in the Holon. It's just taking a while to load.
I see. I thought you were levels.
Holon, so I went to your Me Holon because I've saved you in my creators Holon.
I see. Good.
But
it's
a
little slow there. Yeah. So I'll come back to, as soon as it loads in, I'll come back to that and show you the pretty cool little representation and how the whole synchronicity engine with the avatars, and our interaction with the avatars. Mm-hmm. Imagine in virtual reality that you're playing, and then all of a sudden you get a quote from Benjamin Franklin, but he shows up and you're looking him square in the eyes and he's speaking that statement to you directly. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're planning with the avatar experience.
That's pretty cool.
So it looks like it's not popping in here, huh? That's the top level. Can you go a level up or something, or it's just that's the top? No, you're at level 3. That's why. So click up, Lonic experience. Don't, because it says it's at level 3. Don't you have to go up a couple levels to get to the top level?
No, because this is a copy of the Holon.
I see. So it's inside. You're at level 3 within where you were before. I see. Yeah. I see. Okay.
I can just try to reload it. See if it comes up with the actual X the game. Hold on.
A little slow connection, huh?
Mm-hmm. See if it works. Might be easier to access it through Brett.
And that avatar link doesn't work. That doesn't go over to that spot, I guess. That should be linked to that avatar space that I'm gonna show you if we can bring it up. That would be cool to be able to link directly from that avatar link, because right now it doesn't really make sense. What like you said, what does it do? So if we show, if it links over to the avatar circle, that would make sense. Not working, huh? Let me see if I can get it going on mine, and I can show you from here. Let's see. Maybe we'll switch around. Let me see if I can...
If yours is working, maybe you can share your screen.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh, wait, it's
Yep.
good now.
Here it comes. Slow.
Yeah. There we go. So it's got play, ambassadors, creator, legal, finance.
So this, just so you know, this is, we created a organization structure for projects that we were doing, you know, and breaking it down to the overall structure here. So that's what this represents. But if you click on the middle one, and then over here, let's see, actually go to, maybe it was in team. Let's see where we put this. Go to team. Why is there, let's see,
Maybe it's loading still. There should be something in here, shouldn't there?
Yeah, no, this is, no, that's not the right place. Yeah, let's go back up. Let me see if I can find the right place here. No, no. I think it was, go to, I thought it was in the middle there. I thought it was the center, but it looks like there's something on top of it. So maybe there's another, yeah, because there was a whole organization of enter the place-based time matrix. Yeah, this is not it. Looks like there's two things that are overlaid on top of each other. So try to get the one below it.
There we go.
There we go. See your avatar circle now?
Mm-hmm.
So click on avatar circle. And this will take a minute for it to come in. But I'm going to suggest, make one of those suggestions is to link the avatar card to the avatar circle. The avatar link to this hold on. Right now we have just the 8, you know, avatars that we have on the top level. If you click on one, do it, close your eyes and just click on one, or what's the number that comes to mind? What's the first number that comes to mind?
8, which is really interesting because it's the 8. There's so many synchronicities with the Lionsgate at the moment. I'm going to write an article about it.
Interesting.
8 is Glinda.
There you are. So you got Glinda, the good witch.
Yeah.
And now you see on the right side, we have level 1 DD8. That's Destiny Dice 8. So there are 8 choices,
of course,
that are programmed in, and you get to roll the dice, and then, or the randomizer will bring you to it. You know, once we have the artificial intelligence, there's, you know, that dice could be a million dice, right? It could be anything, or how many options there are. But you roll the dice, and then you get one of these sayings that becomes your words of wisdom. And so the idea is that every character that we create, every avatar that lives, they becomes, you know, part of our time capsule to the future, spokespeople of the present and past, going to the future.
Mm-hmm.
That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So which is the statement for you? What you don't have a destiny dice there. I probably have one here. I can roll for you if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I have one here. Here's one. No. Usually have a dice within feet away. So you got 6. For the record, I knew you had it in you all along.
Aww.
There
I
you
love
go.
that. That's perfect for me.
Right? And then so the artificial intelligence part of it is that we're storing every connection, every challenge, relate that happens, and seeing the weave of our stories and how our cards were repeated, things that are repeated, so they have some patterns to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also globally, now we can see the patterns with other players as well.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So you just grabbed her. I don't even know how to do that. So you did
Copy.
something.
I don't. You can copy any holon as long as you have access to it. You just can't change its size unless you're just changing the size
I see.
in your own holon space. Yeah.
I'm going to do a proper training with you. I never got a proper, we did a little bit with bread here and there, but I need to, just as much as I want to train you on using X the game, you can help me with understanding this tool at its maximum so I can start to present with it. That's cool that you just did that. Just copy and paste it in. Good. So you now have Glinda. Glinda's on your side now.
Yay.
So you can bring that back into our play and copy it in and paste it into, if you wanted to, right? You can bring it into that.
I can do that.
Let's just use that as a marker for the avatar, because you asked a question, that was a relate, right? So you would pull a relate card to represent that question you just made about the avatar.
Okay.
So a question is a relate, or when you want to relate a story that supports your intention, that's a relate, opposed to a challenge where you can challenge anything in the game. You can challenge yourself, another player, a situation, where the relate is, we call it more the glue to the story, and it's through like question and answers to understand each other better.
Mm-hmm.
And I got about 5 or 6. I have to finish up at 10, and it's probably, you're probably getting to the witching hour yourself.
Yeah, but I'm like hyper connected to someone in Australia, so I'm usually more in alignment at the moment. For the last 6 months, my sleep pattern somehow naturally is much more synced with Australia.
Got it. So you're like 8 hours ahead?
I like stay up all night. Me and Scotty have spent like 2 or 3 days where we've been speaking half the night.
Yeah.
And then I like sleep until like midday on average.
Got it. So it's still taking time to come in here, eh?
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just going to change this to Re-dis-covery.
Nice.
See if anyone likes it. But something that Brett wanted us to do is to create a vision. So actually map out the vision in this holon. And you can, since you have access, you can actually click co-create this holon. Like, see how it says mark complete on the side? That's because I actually pressed co-create, and now my me holon is in here in this holon, and in this holon you can co-create in this holon space, magnetize massive unconditional funding. And then this one too, design X recovery deck. These are intentions that can be co-created that Brett made.
Yep.
That you can see because you're in here. So I think the reason that I'm not in them is because I think I said to co-create in a different sleeve. So it wasn't in the X the game one, but.
So I want to get in there. Let me see if I can get to it through
See this one I'm already co-creating. Connect with rehab centers aligned with our mission. So Brett made those and then he added in the game. So in here, in the red, so inside the relate, that's where I should put Blender.
Yep, there we go.
And should I?
Now pull a card. Pull a relate card for your connection to it. And then
put that inside Glenda?
Yeah, so you now can take Glenda and put her inside of the card where, something that has meaning, because there's a whole collage level of telling your stories with the cards, which is now multi-dimensional. So you can like make a statement of where it goes. Could be in the belly, or it could be within the eye, or whatever, So that's another fun part of that I love with Noomap.
There we go. So this one will be me, and the other one will be you.
There we go. So now you got to see if you can
pull a relate card inside of Glenda.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know why it doesn't work, because
up level.
Because I copied her. So what I need to do is actually pull an avatar card that goes into from here.
Oh, that's
because I copied it. I can't edit it because it's the original.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I can pull a relay card out of here that's connected.
Yeah, exactly. Do it connected to it. There we go.
Should work.
Maybe. Do you have to go up another level or something to be able to pull the cards?
No, this is anything. Anything should work.
Can't wait till this is all working. One day it's going to be really cool. It's already cool. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting because you should be able to access a card. You should be able to put holons in it if you can access it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So in here, I can't edit these, but I can. Anyone can access them, so I should be able to pull a card.
Yeah.
Avatar. Maybe I just need to refresh it.
Mio colon here Scott.
What did he say?
It said meow, heart eyes, cat. It was supposed to be an emoji, but it just came up with like the code for the emoji.
Mahalo nui loa, oig helove, gratitude and divinity.
That one said mahalo nui loa, with gratitude, love, and divinity.
Like another language.
Ilove Joto. Hello there.
I'll see if it works if I get rid of some of my tabs.
Sometimes that, huh? Yeah, it gets all bogged down.
Yeah, that's why one of my main intentions right now is to get a group of people to develop it so it can be on phones and so there can be apps and all sorts, because
right.
you know, we can't do much until we get that happening. And Chris is not working on it at all anymore because he's working on Arc and the Soul Calendar and so many different other things that are like a next level on this.
So who can we get to?
Well, one of the main people that's working on Noomap is called Thomas, and I've been working with him, and he's also got an offline version, and he was co-creating a little bit with Chris, but we need to get funding. So I'm going to start a mission with Brett to get funding and to get a team of developers to further develop Noomap so that it can be apps on phones and you can use it on other stuff apart from Chrome, and get rid of the then we can create a marketplace, so on and so forth.
Yeah. We've done some intention setting with that, and it's time now for us to do that. So we, you know, crowdfunding is another thing we're coming up to that we wanted to do jointly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we have a corporate structure that we can run an equity crowdfund as part of.
Mm-hmm.
Get people that can become, you know, get membership stakes in it, and so that's another possibility coming up.
Let's see if you can do the relate card. How does it work since it's not letting me?
Let's see if I can go in again. I haven't been, it keeps losing my ability to see anything, you know, so right now it's that blank screen again. Let me see if it comes in. I went down to just one tab and it's still, and this is on Chrome, so that should be good. I only have one thing open, so this is the frustration part. I'm not able to get to it. Let me try the meta one, maybe that.
Yeah, I'm in both of them, and it seems to be having some challenges.
Yeah, probably server stuff going on as well. And
yeah, Brett was saying that some stuff needs to be updated.
Yeah. Looks like we're stopped in our tracks here of gaming it. So
well, maybe I can show you a little bit of what me and Scotty did.
Please.
So, well, I created a shared holon originally, which is now turned into an SSI holon that Brett made, which means that everybody can actually add and co-create in the space. We changed it to the Re-dis-covery, and we need to all, maybe on a call, we can possibly play a game around putting together the vision.
Perfect.
And then we can compile the vision out of the game that we play on Thursday. But then
for this Thursday, is that the plan? That was one of my questions.
Well, I'm open to that. I'll just go over to Brett's house, and I believe he's open. It will be 9 p.m. our time though, and I don't know what the internet's going to be like there. Maybe Brett should come over here because the internet might be working better here than it is at their place. I don't know.
So we're talking about 7 o'clock our time here.
Yeah, 7 o'clock your time. It's 9 p.m. my time, Scotty's time, and Brett's time.
August the 2nd, right? So we're going to do a Re-dis-covery. I really like that actually, with the dis in the middle there. We're going to dis it. Re-dis-covery X Game Storm.
And then I created this one, and then Scotty created, I have some intentions in here, but this is like, I don't know if this even needs to be in here, but these were some intentions that I had to revolutionize rediscovery, multimodality therapies, and supporting others. So they were some things that I just put in there. And then the AA one, so Alcoholics Anonymous, Scotty mapped everything out of their program and their website into this holon.
Perfect.
And then we have the X recovery ideas, for some of the Life Circle Challenge and Relate cards.
Yep.
I don't know if these are going to be the cards. It's just
Let
literally.
me look at them. Could we go through so I can give you a critique on them? Since that's kind of what my part of it is.
Yeah, and if you want, I can make a note if you're not able to access them.
I can't access it, so I'm having to depend on yours. Let me see if no, it's still blank.
Okay.
I get a blank screen for some reason. Maybe can't too many people on it at the same time. I don't know. Maybe. So you now have access to that top card. You should have that in what I sent over. If
I
not,
can change
I'll
that.
send that to you. You'll have a much better resolution on Life Circle Challenge and Relate Tops. That if you want to use that as the to represent those cards. So on a Life Circle, so the top one is sound therapy. Is that what I see there? Yep. So that's cool. So that is, let's see what it looks like. Nice. That's perfect. And sound therapy. And on so the way that we lay it out, sound therapy is the title. And then on the bottom, so that should be where it says I have a, or card one. Yeah, let's put it on the top there. It should be the task. You have a title, a task, the color coding. So what color, which this one is obviously blue, so this would be a blue Life Circle. Yep.
And the task would be heal with frequency and surrender to music.
There we are. That's the task.
Yep.
Right. So that would be the task. And then there would be a description, links. So that would be like a video link and a music/sound link and description. So those can be maybe organized until we can fill in some of the content as we go along.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that one. Let's look at the other ones. Number 2 is, and there are also the numbers. We have a coding for the numbers that we use because every card that we create will have a unique code. So it's not 1, 2, 3 because there's going to be lots of them, right? So it will be, if it's the discovery or rediscovery, it might be RDX or RX, RDX dot 01, or this one would be 02 dot, and we always have the color. So if this is a blue card, this looks like it's a blue outer ring, then it would be like a dot B. If it's purple, dot P. So people that are not able to see colors, they can still know what color that they're playing in. So there's and then
I'm actually going to put a thought comment on this. Hold on with that. So it'd be RDX.B.
Well, it would be the dot B would be the end. So it would be like this is number 2. So it'd be 002. RDX.002.B. That could be one. If dot B. Right? So now that's the second card in that, which again, we'll change the numbers as we go along to get them all fitting together as a story. So, and then let's see. So you have there we go. Nice. What else do we want to have in there? Let's see that one. Nice. So inspire. This is the inspire card, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's an act. I don't know why, but I chose action holons. I don't know why, but that's just what my intuition said to use. Would that be blue?
So that's what it is. So the action. So what's the different? So there's an action is so they're all color coded, right?
Well, I haven't made them specific colors because I didn't know any of that yet.
Okay.
I had very little information, and me and Scotty spoke all night, and he goes, I have a meeting tomorrow at lunchtime. If you feel like staying up another few hours, and this was like 4 a.m. in the morning or 5 a.m. in the morning, he goes, if you have some ideas, maybe put some ideas down for me. And I created that massive document that was sent. And I'd only played the game, like the call we had was the second time I played the game.
Good for you. You're
So
on it, girl.
I just intuitively put it together without any information.
That's so cool.
Other than seeing the cards.
Well, you probably know it on another level from who knows way back.
Yeah, completely.
So I'm going to give you now, I'm going to share, you copy this, and you can edit it, actually you can comment it, copy link. So I'm going to share on the thread. I've just been putting links here on our thread that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm actually doing, it's not letting me post it yet for some reason because of Facebook, but this is like a kind of promo that I'll tag you in as what I'm tagging you in and a bunch of people. So it's some hashtags and some links and then something that I found on the group, which I'm not in yet, but I've asked to be in the group. And then there's a bunch of pictures that I have here from the game on Noomap. And then from the one that I actually pulled, like out of the Destiny game in here and in here. So, which I can update some of these pictures as well when I have like the better quality background, but that's the only one with the life circle that you can see with a couple of cards.
Right now. Let me get you that one, and let me grab you the
But Facebook wouldn't let me post it for some reason, so I will post it, but when it lets me. Sometimes what I post too like epic and groundbreaking that Facebook stops me from doing it.
Interesting.
Lets me post it.
Why is it doing that? What is it thinking?
I don't know. One of my Facebook pages reached like 50K people and it only had like 800 likes at the time, and Facebook started like blocking my access because I don't pay for marketing. I just hack it.
I see. Yeah. They're trying to force you into it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can find this life circle top. It's called. Let's see. Yeah, life circle. Top. There we go. No, that's an old one. Okay, let's go here. Let's see if we can find it. Looks for the essential game. Pass cards. Okay. This one. Proof. Suit. Here we are. Okay, that's the backs. Oh, I see. It's a whole. Huh. All right. So let me just. That's 3 megs. I'm just going to. Let's see. Let me just link you to this. Reality. Let's see. Final proof. Find a better one here. So you're going to have to extract. So I found a PDF that has, and they have like 3 or 4. I don't know. This is kind of, it was the art, was from the printer. So it says X-Tech Fax. I'm going to send that directly to you. No, everyone doesn't need to see that. Let me just email that to you. Or I can post it. Let's see, where should I put that? Just in
You can email if you like. It's up to you.
Yeah, let me just email it over to you. Here. And again, your email will just pop up. What was it? It was
InspireDestiny444@gmail.com.
Say the first word again.
Inspire.
Inspire. That's right. Inspire.
Destiny.
Inspire. Destiny. 444@gmail.com. Okay. Inspire. Destiny. Okay, so this is card tops. Res card tops. There you go. Okay, so I sent that off, and you'll just have to extract the PDFs into the individual cards. So it's probably just a cut and paste that you can do with it.
Okay.
Let's see what shows up there.
I'm not sure I've done that before. Can you paste directly into a Holon background?
I think it would be as a
cut and paste and save it as a new document.
As a one of the cards. Let me see if I can find something easier, because we have the game cards, but they have the description on the top. I want to give you the pure, like the top of the cards, you know, the real thing. I think that's the only version that we have now. It's all in PDF. I would have to go back and find them. Who knows where the originals were. This is from many years ago. Let's see. No. Okay. No. All right. Back cover. This might be interesting. Let me give you this. I have another thing to send to you here. So this is okay. If you want to extract, here we go. This might be easier. It has more information, so you can actually pull out and create hold-ons for each of these, but you'll just need to flip them around. Let me see if I have another version of this that might be easier to work with. Let's see.
Oh, I love that fractal picture that you have in the Dream Myth reality.
The first one?
Yeah, I remember.
Mandelbrot?
Yeah, I've watched a couple of documentaries that use that image of that fractal.
Do you ever see it in the video of it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I've watched a few documentaries that have it. I've watched a lot of documentaries on consciousness.
Yeah, that's a good one. So this is our storytelling method here, using fractal art that will be virtualized as well.
Complete resonance.
Yeah?
Couldn't have come at a better time.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to send it over this way. You're just going to need to cut and paste segments out. I was trying to find it in a different format, and I'm not able to. And since I'm running out of time, I'm going to get this to you now. Let's give you this.
High-res card tops. Is that what you were talking about?
Oh, you know what I can do? Why don't we just use chat in here? What am I doing? Ay.
Yeah, we can chat on
Yeah.
on Zoom.
There we go. So does it take a PDF though? Maybe not. No, it's not taking a PDF. Okay.
Are you on Telegram?
Right now we're just on Zoom, right? So
Yeah, but
yeah,
I can go into my Telegram, and if you open up web Telegram, you can send it to me in Telegram.
Okay, let me go to Telegram. That's a good idea.
What's your number? I'll search you on Telegram.
Let's see, Telegram. Let me open it up.
Contacts.
Let's see, search. Are you also just Destiny or Inspired Destiny or?
It's Destiny Faye, but you probably need to use my number. What's your number? I'll see if I can find you on Telegram, and then I'll message you and you can send it back.
Your Destiny Faith?
FAE.
No, that's not it coming up.
What's your number? I'll search your contact number.
I don't know. I had a contact number on Telegram. I just used my name, I thought.
Yeah, it's easiest with number. So is it +1? Oh wait, here you are. It already comes up. I press +1 and there's Jay.
You are. Good job.
I just sent you a heart. There we go.
Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm quick when it comes to stuff like this. Technology's too slow for my brain. We need to upgrade it.
I like that. I'm glad you're on my side. Okay.
Yeah, it's much faster where I come from.
Yes. It's like light speed, mind speed, right?
Yeah, I'm so glad to be borrowing the laptop that I'm on at the moment, because I was on Brett's old laptop and it still has all of his stuff on it, and I could barely do anything, and it was driving me bonkers. It took 10 times as long to do anything that I just didn't want to be on it anymore, and then it just worked even slower.
It looks like it's not copying over. Let me see. Let's try attachment again. It probably doesn't like the PDF is probably what's happening.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's strange. Usually you should be able to send any documents.
That's what I thought. Let's see. Let's try it again. Let me do it this way. I don't know if this is real, but it looks like. Oh, here it is. No. I'm going to take that back. I was about to complain about something that wasn't. Let's see if we can do that. Open it. There we go. Okay, so you just have to do it. You can't drag and drop it is the problem.
You have to go to File and upload it.
You have to go to File and upload it. Right. Let's see if there's anything else while we're here. So I just sent you the PDF there. Hopefully you can open it up. No problem.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, so there's your rule. That's the basic essential rules that still stands. And there's, just so you know, there's over 100, there's 108 ways to play this game. So this is just the baseline, just one that gives you the, you see how it's upside down? Because it all folds down into one little pop thing that goes, into a small piece. So if you print this out, you'll be able to fold it up and it sits on the board. But so you'll need to cut it and just flip them, when you put it into Photoshop or into GIMP.
Okay.
What I would suggest is you have the life circles there that you can use and the examples. but it also has, so maybe having a hole on that you can go and
I have a quicker way. I could just, would it work if I like zoomed in and then I just screenshotted it? Because I screenshot a lot of things.
Oh, there we go. That could work.
Yeah.
That could work.
If I just zoomed in really close and then
you just flip it over. You just flip them over.
But is that good enough quality?
It should be pretty high res, so it should be good. I'm not sure. You have the other one that I sent that has super high res, so you can pull that one out. This was just has also the information that I'm thinking if you want to organize that into like a training spot so people know what the life circles are, what the challenge cards and relate cards are. This has all of that on there. So this is like the one-page overview of them all. But here's the, see the green line there? So you need to do a, cut it from that spot there. So cut and paste out of, if you're able to open it up.
That's awesome.
Let me see while you're doing that, if there's anything else before I check off here.
I'm like the sort of person that like hacks reality of how to do things.
I see it.
So,
Good thing.
Yeah. I had a friend a couple of years ago that messaged me that told me that that I don't recognize them, but that in the future I will be time traveling with them.
Nice.
And they're like, oh, you'll see me at some point and you'll recognize who I am from when I was talking to you now. It'll be my younger self that will come talk to you.
Nice. You know about the backstory? Did Brett ever go into that of what we're doing with the quantum?
I actually haven't got to talk to Brett as much as what I've wanted to.
I see.
Since I've been living here, because there's usually been a lot going on.
Well, the traveler is our hero, is the heroine in our story, both the hero and heroine.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in the 31st century.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you read that passage that I sent to you in that one piece in the Dream Myth Reality,
mm-hmm.
It gives the email that I received when I launched the time capsule from someone claiming to be from the future, that we were successful, and we're building this bridge between the two timelines to improve the timelines, to improve them. And we're doing it with the people. My belief is we have people in the future, us, that are, and some of us that are doing it consciously, hacking back into the present to make this change, to make the changes. I saw what you did there. You have the outer ring. There's going to be a green line there. You probably want to go into the green line. That's the chop line, okay. The crop line. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you go close, there's like another green line that will be a little bit tighter. Yeah, there you go.
For that, I think I can undo.
Another circle level to it.
There should be an undo place. Edit, undo last action. Yeah, I was thinking that. You must have read my mind.
Mm-hmm.
How does that look?
There we go. I think you've gone like 110% better, eh?
Yes, completely.
Do you work with animated GIFs at all?
I haven't before, but I can do anything. I'm one of those people. Me and Scotty have been joking about how we're both so similar and that we're chameleons. And today I sent him a picture of a psychedelic chameleon.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm going to send you. Let's see if I can do that.
Here we go. You ready?
Let's see.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Oh wow!
Ta-da!
And now I can add that to my post before I finish. Did you like my smiley face emojis on here? I've got like a cool face, a wow face, a money face, a pokey tongue face, and an angel face.
Nice.
I'm like, we have to make it fun, so I added all these emojis.
So there's one level of what we're doing. We have what we call Xmojis.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let me send this. We developed this concept and we started to build this site called Hip Happy. And inside of that we have, let's see, I'm going to send you a little emoji thing that I think you'll enjoy if you like emojis. Let's see if it comes up.
I definitely see now why Brett keeps constantly going, Jay is a genius, Jay is a genius, Jay is a genius. It's very nice to be co-creating with you, because it's funny, when I first got to Tepos, because there's been all of this, like, apart from Brett, there's like a massive membrane around what they're creating, because without it, when they were in the Synergy Hub, it created an issue with getting coherent. So I completely understood and I just sat back, but I'm like, where is my tribe? Like, I've been waiting for people to co-create with. I've been waiting for people to have fun with. And everyone seemed to be like too serious with all these membranes. And I could see why, because I read all the documents about what they learned from the Synergy Hub. But I was just so disheartened because of what Chris had said and telling me everything that people do and what happened at the Synergy Hub. And I was just like, what happened? How did I co-create this reality? And now the last few days of like getting on calls with you and Brett and Scotty and connecting with David again. And I was just like, this is what I've been waiting for. It's so nice.
Nice. Well, everything comes around, right? There's always these gaps, right? And then we fall into, you know, it's kind of the cycles, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the cycles. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to send you something. I think you're going to enjoy this.
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. Hip Happy World and our emoji scale. This is called our scale of hip happiness.
I'll just open up my Telegram. I'll upload the challenge. Oh my God. I love that. So I can go on hiphappy.com and it'll have stuff like this you can do.
We have some stuff there. We started to build it and then we pulled back because we didn't have some other pieces together. So it's in process still. It's one of the in process pieces that we've really worked out, though. We have a lot of detail, and yeah, so definitely check out the hiphappy.com. But imagine this, because it's really designed as a virtual world where we are creating this counterforce to the shadowlands, which are kind of prevalent in this world right now. So lots of detail in this one here. Uh-oh.
Should it work? Is that how you spell it?
hiphappy.com?
HIPHAPI.com?
Yeah. Uh-oh. That's new.
Yeah, it's not working at the moment.
Why is that doing that? Unbelievable.
I know what it's like. I just got a new website and I'm like forever trying to do stuff because it takes forever, especially since I didn't have a working laptop. And I'm trying to like finish it so I can actually start running my business through it and like directing all of my email database to it.
All right, I have to get in touch. So like I said, we were building it, and I was working with somebody to develop this whole concept, and it was working up until like a week ago, 2 weeks ago when I looked at it last. Oh well.
But I'm still excited. It'll all come in its flow.
All the right timing. We have lots of content that we can feed in from it, and that's offline, so we're okay. All right. So you have the cards now. You have the descriptions. So I would suggest to do like a little training module here that you can have Life Circle Challenge and relate, or maybe inside of there, where it just shows what it is. Here's what the Life Circles. Here's what the challenge is. What the relate are. And
so explain what they are from that document inside here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll look through this and then I'll add the details in each of the holons.
Yeah. And then I'd love to go back in and continue to build this, and we can add in, I mean, if the videos, we have like all these training things. Let's start to create a it might be in another location. Maybe we can find a training define a training location. We call the training Experience University, or XU. So we have lots of content, and this is kind of the starting point. The ground zero is what's a Life Circle Challenge and Relate card. So maybe having that as a start point, and then we can come back around. I'm gonna wrap it for tonight, because I have my partner just came in and she's looking at me really cutely.
Aww.
And
say hi for me and give her a big
she's
hug.
hearing you. So this is Karen.
Hello.
You'll speak to her. Karen, this is Destiny.
Hi, Destiny.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Are you there?
Yeah.
No, you're not seeing each other?
She's doing, yeah, we've just been on it. She's doing great work.
Nice.
She's doing really wonderful work here.
Good, good.
She's on it. She's part of the tribe, and we're going to create some magic.
Wonderful.
We're going to create some destiny magic.
Destiny. We'll create destiny. Oh, it looks great. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, see what you're doing.
It was lovely saying hi again.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you probably this week, I imagine.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday night.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be
Excellent.
on, and so between now and then, do as much as you can, and I'll go in and might add some other connection points, and I've armed you up with some good content here that you can start with.
Indeed. Thank you.
Let me see one last thing. Let me see if I have one last thing here. This gets me jazzed up doing this. Oh, okay. That's maybe this is some of the. Okay, card content. Okay, that's the PNGs. These are all PNGs. Well, yeah, I just found my Hip Happy directory, all the screens. We created some beautiful screenshots of this progression that tells the whole story here, and it's pretty cool. It's just so even though it's down, we have it on our directory here. Good. Here's the front page. I see. What is Hip Happy? All right. I don't want to overload you.
That's actually impossible.
You don't know me.
Yeah, you don't know me. I've never had someone overload me. I'm always the overloader of other people.
Well, let's see. That'll be a good match for me because I'm usually blowing people out. I too much too fast, you know. So it'll be very refreshing to have someone who can take it all in.
Cool. I look forward to the challenge though.
Nice. I'm going to send you then a little bit more here. Let's see. Let's send you this one more document, I think. Let's see. So you have the the most important thing that we need to work on once this is kind of organized here is to create those hand suits and sets so people understand the algorithm behind it of telling the story within the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so the interview of experience is the training program that we'll be doing. And so I'm going to send you another doc. Let me see.
What else does Karen have her name as on Facebook?
It should be under Karen Stanwood Jenkins.
Oh, there she is. Because I'm gonna tag her in this post. I was pretty sure I had her as a friend.
Yeah, we should be all hooked up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Let's find interview. Okay. Okay, I already sent you that one. You got the interview. So you got the level 2 interview of experience. Oh, here it is. Here's the one I think we want. Let's see. All right, I got something for you here. All right, here's what I'm going to end up on. I'm going to give you one of the books that we put together. We have a number of books, and this was one of the early on ones. So we have a much bigger, like a very rich and deep version of it, but this one will, this is like a 20-page or 25-page book with some things in it that I think you'll appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So we're going to get this. It's in digital. Okay. All right. So let's take that one. All right, we're on Telegram. Where are you? Here we are. Okay. The other thing that would be good to create a hold on for, that goes right through everything. You know, we have one hold on for the elements that you have on that sheet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one that has the rules, and the other is the agreements.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can create an agreements one and put them inside of that, that would be really powerful, because that's going to be one of the conversations for Thursday of redefining the rediscovery agreements.
Okay.
That would be really good.
So just a hold on for intention to create agreements.
Yeah. And you have the agreements that are the present agreements that we use
Mm-hmm.
are in that one-page rule booklet that I sent to you, where you pulled one of the life circles off of.
Yep.
Right.
So I can add those in there. I can
Yeah. That would be really good. Let's see if there's. Okay. Get this link here for you. Oh, come on. All right, you kind of challenged me to. There you go. Now, enjoy, my dear.
Thank you.
So this is one rendition of the our book that we're going to be chopping down into pieces. It'll be like hundreds of chapter nodes, and like it's a full-on treatise on, you know, there's three books in one. You know, the player guide, the ambassador, and the creator. And I had one version of it that I put together, all of them into one. So I'm giving you a link to that. None of these guys have seen this, so Brett hasn't seen this yet, or so. There you go.
I feel very special.
You're special. You're going at it here, and you challenged me to blow you away. So let's see what you say to me when I talk to you the next.
I'm pretty sure I'll say what Brett always says, which is that you're a genius. I already know that. It's nice to meet somebody that I'm not the one that's overloading and them saying, oh, I can't take any more. It's nice to meet someone that also has that effect on people, but won't do that to me.
I look forward to dancing further and co-creating, and yeah, let's talk probably tomorrow, and I'm gonna go and work out and then go to bed.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to stop recording.